Hello there, I'm Krishna Patel and welcome back to the headliner. Have you ever been riding a two-wheeler on an Indian street and suddenly a pack of street dogs decides that you're their evening entertainment? You swear, your heart skips a beat, and you pray that you don't skid or crash. Sounds familiar? For a lot of people in India, this is a daily reality. Dog chases lead to accidents, falls, and yes, bites. And bites aren't just painful, they can kill because rabies is still a real threat here. Now, before you assume that we're here to wave a pro-dog or anti-dog flag, hold on. We're not here to take sides. We're here to tell you the facts. The Supreme Court has made a big decision on street dogs, and today we're going to break it down for you and tell you exactly what that means. Now, the 5 big advantages of it and the 5 big disadvantages, the real numbers in rabies deaths and bite incidents, and the very mixed public reaction. No drama, no agenda, just reality. With a pinch of sarcasm because you know us. So here's the context. The Supreme Court has now ordered all the states and union territories to follow a strict animal birth control program for street dogs. Basically, this means that dogs have to be captured, sterilized, vaccinated, and then, this is important, released back into the same area. Killing them is off the table. Feeding them, that's not banned, but it has to be in designated spots. It doesn't cause fights between dogs and humans. The court also asked states to make sure that there are shelters and that sterilization is done in a humane, non-cruel way. Also, this isn't just for Delhi, it applies to all of India. So whether you were in Kerala or Kashmir, the rules are exactly the same. And this is not some overnight order. It comes after years of legal back and forth between animal rights groups and residents who have been complaining about dog bites, attacks, and rabies cases. Now, before these dogs are ordered to put into shelter homes, let's start with the advantages of this decision. Number 1, population control without cruelty. The idea is to stop the street dog population from exploding, but without killing them. In theory, if all dogs are sterilized, their numbers will naturally drop over time. Second, public safety in long run. Once sterilization and vaccination are done properly, the aggressive breeding season first goes down and rabies transmission can be controlled. Number 3, legal clarity. States now have a Supreme Court order that they can't just randomly cull dogs or ignore complaints. Fourth, animal welfare. This gives recognition to the fact that street dogs are living beings and shouldn't be treated like garbage to be removed. Fifth, the global image. India has been criticized internationally for dog culling. This approach aligns with global humane standards, but it's not all sunshine. Let's also talk about disadvantages and challenges. First, the implementation nightmare. Catching them, sterilizing, vaccinating, and releasing millions of dogs is not something our municipal bodies have the manpower, money, or maybe even vans or say the right kind of skills to do that. Second, short-term safety issues. Until sterilization is widespread, dogs will still chase vehicles, bite people, and sometimes attack in packs. Third, feeding zones still cause tension. People will still feed dogs near their homes, and that can lead to territorial fights and bites. Fourth, the risk to children and elderly. They are the most vulnerable to dog chases and bites, and this decision doesn't remove that risk instantly. Fifth and last, public patience. Sterilization takes time, and people who are already very angry about bites may not have the patience to wait years for the results. Now let's look at the hard numbers. Well, according to the Health Ministry, India reports over 1.6 crore dog bite cases in 2023 alone. That's more than the population of some countries. Rabies kills around 20,000 people every single year, making India the rabies capital of the world. And the majority of these cases are from stray dogs. Now, supporters of the order say that you can't solve this with killing. It's inhumane and it doesn't work because new dogs just come into the same area. Animal lovers argue that sterilization is the only way that actually works in the long term, pointing to cities like Jaipur, where this method has reduced street dog numbers. Now, critics say that try telling this to the mother whose child was mauled or the person lying in the hospital after a bite. They argue that while the plan sounds good, the ground reality is very different. Municipal bodies barely collect garbage on time. And now, they are supposed to humanely sterilize and vaccinate every stray dog. The truths. Both sides have a point. Street dogs are a part of India's reality. They are on our roads, outside our chai stalls, guarding our mohallas at night. But also sometimes causing fear and harm. And we cannot ignore that. So here's the bottom line. The Supreme Court's decision is a balancing act. It is trying to protect both humans and animals. But how well it works depends entirely on how seriously states take it. If sterilization and vaccination are just words on paper, then nothing will change it. If it's done properly, India could finally see fewer dog chases, fewer bites, fewer rabies cases, or fewer rabies deaths without turning the streets into killing fields. And you know what? At the end of the day, this isn't about choosing between loving animals or protecting people. It's about asking, can we create a system where we don't have to choose? Where the child going to school and the street dog sleeping under a tea stall both get to live without fear. That's the India that we want to see. That's the India that we should demand. Because news isn't just about telling you what happened. It's about asking, what kind of country do we want to be tomorrow? And on this channel, we'll keep asking because we owe it to the truth and we owe it to you. Thank you. Good night.